Welcome to Booked, Busy, and Building, the podcast for dreamers, doers, and everyday people making it happen. Whether you're building a business, a mindset, or a better version of yourself, this is your space to stay grounded, get inspired, and keep growing no matter how full your calendar gets. So if you're chasing your dreams and figuring it out as you go, this is your space to stay motivated and keep building. So tune in every week for new episodes. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Booked, Busy, and Building. Today we are going to be talking all about how the work you do in private and the things that you do when nobody is watching is what will make you successful. We live in a world where a lot of the things that people do are for that online virality or to get other people to see, hey, look at what I'm doing, I have my life together, or this is what I'm doing while you're doing that. Like a lot of the things are very, I just want to show off, and there's not really anything else behind it. And the truth is that a lot of the work that you do behind the scenes, the things that you're not showing or not posting online, and the things that people don't really get to see are the things that are going to push you further in life. Like those are the habits that when nobody is watching are the ones that you keep clocking in and doing every single day. The discipline that you are practicing when there is no applause, and the effort that you are putting in even when there is no proof around you. All of those things are what really matter in the end. And so in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about why private work really matters. It really only matters to you, not to anybody else. And whether or not you're getting the public wins and you prefer to build quietly, that is one of the most powerful things that you can do for your future self. So let's dive in. Number one is private work builds real confidence. So the confidence that you are building behind the scenes with whatever it is that you are doing, whether you are maybe building up your body for the summer, or if you want to be a content creator, or you're building a business, like whatever it is that you are doing in private that nobody really sees, that is the thing that when you do it in silence, it is going to eventually build up that real confidence in real life. And I keep seeing so many TikToks about this, but more specifically with like the health and wellness kinds of things. A lot of people are like, if you're in your winter arc era, like all the things that you are doing right now, it is going to show when the summer comes, when the weather gets nicer. Like it is literally based off of what you are doing right now, and it will eventually be seen in public in a few months, whether you are trying to build muscle or tone up or lose weight, like whatever it is. That is more specifically an example that I've been seeing a lot on social media. Like people are like, lock in, it is that winter arc era. What you do now, those results are going to show in just a few months. All of that to say, when you're doing it in private, it will show eventually. So you do not need that external validation when you know what it is that you are doing. You don't need to post about it every day. You don't need to make it your personality trait and talk about it all the time and make it this big thing. Like, do your thing in private, do it quietly, and eventually everything will start to show up after that. Self-respect and that confidence and all of those things, like it is going to grow eventually with you, and it is going to follow you as you continue to do the work. Quiet discipline, that is what is going to create that unshakable confidence and that unshakable belief that you have within yourself. Because again, in your heart and within yourself, you know, this is what I'm doing and this is the work that I do to show up to get that thing done, and only you know that. So trust yourself to know that you do not need to be posting everything out there, and you don't need to have everybody see what it is that you are doing, because you are proving that consistency to yourself. You are the one that is being disciplined. And so keep doing your thing, because again, that private work, that is going to build that real confidence. So one day when whatever it is that you are doing is finally out there, you are going to think of all of those quiet, lonely nights where it was just you and the thing that you were doing, and that is all that matters. Number two is visibility without foundation is fragile. So this basically means when you are seen or when you put something out there earlier than expected, this might actually do a little bit more harm than good. And this is why I really want to tell people to I really want to hammer this through to you guys, is that getting that instant gratification is not something that is going to benefit you in the long run. When people want to start being a content creator, they think, okay, I posted a few videos for the last few weeks. Why am I not getting the followers that I want? I've been posting for this many years. Why am I not getting this? And it's like, when you keep expecting something, when you keep wanting something to occur, or when you're only doing things for a certain result, then eventually you are just going to lose the love and the passion for that if that is the only thing that you want. Like if you only want to be a content creator for the money or to work with brands, and it's not because you actually love content creation and making videos and being creative, then eventually like that love or that fake love is going to eventually fizzle out. And then you're like, okay, what's the next thing I can do? What's the next thing I can do? So it's like you need to just focus on your thing and taking it day by day. Build up that foundation and keep doing that every day until one day everything starts to come together and everything starts to make sense. When you start putting things out too early, or you want that publicity and you want people to talk about it, or you want that thing to happen super fast, you might not even be ready or be in that position for those things to happen. Like for example, people that are building a business, if your business were to blow up tomorrow and you were to get thousands of orders and you were to have all of these different things start coming in and customers and questions and whatever, like would you be able to handle all of the orders that are coming in? Would you need to hire people? Would you need to have a team? Would you need friends to come in and help you? Like whatever it is, you need to also be ready for whatever life brings to you, but you need to build that up over time. And then eventually when it does happen, you will be ready. So don't rush to try to get something to happen so fast, because again, that instant gratification can do more harm than good. So those foundations that you are building in private, that is going to help you last longer with whatever you are doing. As a content creator, when I was starting to post in college, I didn't really know what a content calendar was, how many times I should be posting, what editing apps should I be using. But I was like, I'm going to keep showing up and learning these different things in private. And then as I'm learning it, I'm going to show up and have that be visible in my content. I'm going to make this video a little bit better. I'm going to learn how to add text on screen. I'm going to add music in the background. I'm going to learn how to do a voiceover. Like all the things that I was learning in private was eventually showing in public. And that was helping me to start working with brands and to start getting brand deals and going to cool events, because again, like I'm putting in that work behind the scenes, and then eventually that is going to show up and I'm going to get the rewards of that hard work. But success and all of these things that we want, like if you do not have the correct foundation, then everything is just going to crumble eventually. So you need to work on just building yourself up without wanting people to give their opinion and without wanting that success immediately, because again, it can do way more harm than good. Number 3, this is really important, is your daily routines matter more than your big goals. So we may think that the thing in the end that we dream of, our goals, all these things, like we may think that is the end all be all, but it is truly about the journey, not the destination. Your future is being built through all of these different experiences. You are eventually going to accomplish your goals, but it is not going to happen again without all of these little tiny experiences and things happening to you every single day. There are so many times where I think back, I'm like, I wish this would have went differently. I wish this thing would have happened. And it's like, when those things were happening, maybe in that moment, it felt like the world was caving in on me and it was not the best time of my life. But those moments, like the bad times where you're in the mud and you're like, how am I going to get out of this? That is when you learn the biggest and the best lessons. And again, I'm not saying that that's going to be the best time of your life. Like there's been so many moments where I've been at rock bottom and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then the next day I just get back up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try again, or I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And that is the moment that matters the most, like how you get back up and the things that you are doing every day to pursue your bigger goals. So that's why I say your daily routines really matter, because your future is built through all of these tiny experiences and things that are happening to you every day, whether it is good or bad. Your private routines, that is going to shape your identity. That is going to shape your standards. That is going to be the thing that will get you closer to that success or to whatever your dreams or your goals are. You need to be disciplined in these small things and how you show up for yourself every every day, that is what is going to train you for the bigger thing in the end. So your systems, your routines, your habits, how you're showing up every day, that is going to outperform motivation every single time. Motivation is just that boost of energy that you get where you're like, I'm in the mood to do this, or I feel like doing that. But that's not the thing that's going to get you to where you want to be. It's the discipline and it's the showing up every day, even when I don't feel like it, even when I don't want to, even when I'm not in the mood. So again, those consistent habits, those things that you're building and that you're stacking quietly and that only you know about, that is going to help you build that foundation that I talked about in the previous tip. And that's going to get you closer to your bigger goals and whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But it is literally about showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't want to get up or you don't want to do the thing. Like today is Sunday when I'm filming this. There is a huge snowstorm right now happening in New Jersey and like around this area. And I'm like, I could have stayed on the couch in bed, or I could have just kept chilling, watching Netflix. And it is 8:30 right now that I'm filming this because I just wanted to relax today. And I was like, later in the day, I will make my episode notes and then I will film and then I'll edit it and schedule it for tomorrow. But it's like, even though I procrastinated this weekend and I waited until Sunday and now it's Sunday night, I still was like, I have to get up and I have to do this thing. And it's like, me showing up, me still doing that thing, me still being here right now and filming and editing and then recording and doing all the things, like that is literally discipline because I did not want to get up. Again, it's a snow day. The snow is still piling up outside. I could have just kept laying on the couch cozy with my blanket watching a movie, and I decided I'm going to get up because I want this episode out tomorrow for my listeners and my audience and the people that support me. Number 4 is comparison fades when you are locked in. So I most recently noticed that when it comes to content, I've been a little bit in that comparison world lately. Like I've really been looking at other people's numbers and other opportunities people are getting, and I'm like, okay, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to get this? When am I going to get that? And it's like, this brings me back to what I said in the previous tip. I think it was tip number 2, where I talked about how you should not be rushing for this instant gratification, or you should not be comparing yourself to other people's journeys and to what other people are doing. Because again, if something is not meant for you in this moment, it is not meant for you yet. Like you haven't learned the lessons or been through the experiences to get you to where it is that you want to be at that next level. So comparison and all of these different things and jealousy or whatever, envy, like that is all going to fade when you are locked in and when you know what it is that you are doing. It is hard to compare yourself to other people when you're so fully focused and so in your own world that like you just don't care what other people are doing and you just care about what you are building and what you are doing and what you are creating. So that private work, when you're putting in the work, when you're doing the thing, that is going to minimize all of the distraction. It's going to put all that outside noise to rest, and you are going to stop watching other people and you're going to start watching yourself. You're going to look at what you are doing, the hours that you are putting in, the work that you are putting in, the people that you're meeting, the connections you're making, the time and the energy, like all of these different factors, like that is going to be the thing that is going to matter most at the end of the day. And your progress is going to feel so much more personal rather than being competitive. Like when you are just focused on yourself, when you are just locked in and it's you against you and you don't care about what's happening on the outside world or what other people are doing, you are going to get so much further because you're not letting stupid things from the outside distract you. You're not letting things get in the way and then pelt out what you're doing. Like you are so locked in. You're like, this is what I am building. This is what I'm creating. This is the life that I am working towards. I don't really care if somebody else out there is doing this or doing that, because that is their own journey. I am on my own journey. When I finally got to that point in my life, like really, really fully, everything changed for me. Everything changed because I was like, I am literally like on my own path. What is meant to be will happen when it's meant to be. And I know my dreams will come true because if other people have it, why would I not also be able to get it for myself? So that's why I say really, really, really don't focus on others and just keep doing your own thing, because eventually that comparison, it's eventually going to fade. And don't get me wrong, I still have my moments, like I said in the beginning of this tip, where I do look at what other people are doing, but I flash back so fast and I'm like, it's okay. Like they're doing their own thing. I'm doing mine. Like I come back so quick because I'm like, that doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day. So keep focusing, keep building up your own momentum and keep doing your own thing. And then let people be in their own world because they're doing themselves and you are doing you. Last but not least, tip number 5 is one day the results will speak for you. So the loudest success stories, all of these different things, it starts silently. And this reminds me of one of my favorite quotes, which is every overnight success was 10 years in the making. That is the best quote to just describe this tip. Like one day, the things that you are doing are eventually going to speak up for you and it is going to speak for themselves. So results, the things that you are doing, the things that will come from the work that you are putting in every day, that is eventually going to start to happen. It's going to start occurring and you are going to see that all of the things, like all of the work you've been putting in over these last few years, when it starts to pay off, you are going to be so happy that you did it and that you showed up in those moments. Like people are always going to assume this person got lucky or this person had this stepping stone or this person did that or whatever. Like no one sees the grind. No one sees the lonely nights. No one sees the quiet days, the early mornings, the showing up even when you don't feel like it. Like no one sees any of those fragile, precious moments except you. So let people assume that it was luck. Let people assume any of these different things that they want, but it's like you put in the work and now you are finally reaping the rewards of that. Consistency reveals itself over time. Keep being in your quiet season, keep being in your grind season. That is the only way that you are going to be able to prepare for opportunities and for when certain doors open up for you. Because again, like I said, you need to be ready for when these things happen. Don't just wish upon a star and then don't do the work, because that is not how life happens. Like you cannot just make a vision board or write your goals down on a piece of paper and then say, okay, God, okay, world, you take over now. Let's see if I can make this happen. Like, no. Now is when the real work starts. You wrote your goals down. You have your vision board. You have your affirmations. Like that is just the first step. Now it's like, girl, you got to clock in. You got to do your thing. You got to start showing up even when you don't feel like it. And then all of the things will eventually snowball and it will start to happen. All the things you've been dreaming of, all the things that you've been wanting, it will start to happen slowly, but it requires you to actually do the work. So one day when the results start speaking for you, you are going to think again to all of those quiet nights, to all of those lonely nights, but it's because the loudest success stories have started silently, which is why, again, this whole episode, the work that you do in private will eventually show, and that is what is going to make you successful. You are not doing things for other people. You're not doing it because you want others to see, oh, she's doing this, oh, she has her life together, whatever. Like, let people wonder, let people question you and think and come up with these theories or try to be thinking that you are doing this or doing that. Like, let people assume you know who you are, and that is the most important thing at the end of the day. Thanks for tuning in to Booked, Busy, and Building, where we keep it real, stay growing, and are always showing up for ourselves. Remember that you're not behind, you're in the middle of becoming, so keep building what matters, and the life you want is already yours. And until next time, stay booked, stay busy, and keep building.